Afternoon, sir. You have a driver's license insurance?
I do. I got it right here. Is there some freaking reason that you just stopped me? I'm minding my own freaking business. I didn't do anything.
The reason I'm stopping you, sir, is because you crossed the center line back there at Rose Farm 14.
Right. Yeah, I'm like 5
sir,
under the speed limit.
I wouldn't stand out here risking my life getting hit by a car if you didn't commit the crime.
Risking your life, standing on the side of the freaking road bothering people.
Yes, sir. Is this your current address, sir?
It is.
Okay, there, you can have that information back. Thank you very much. When I run your plate, it comes back with a CCW license.
Yeah, big deal. It's Second Amendment right, man. Are you
currently carrying your firearm, sir?
Maybe, maybe not.
Excuse me?
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna need you to exit the vehicle.
What?
I need you to step out of the vehicle for me.
Excuse me?
Step out of the vehicle for me.
Are you even serious right now?
Yes, sir. Step out of your vehicle. For your safety and mine.
Don't be that guy.
Give me, sir.
Hi.
Driver's license insurance?
I had it right here. Is there a reason you pulled me over?
Take it easy, bud. Yeah, the reason I pulled you over is because you crossed the center line back there.
I did?
Yes, sir, you did.
Oh, no.
When I run your license plate, you come back with a concealed carry permit. Are you currently carrying your firearm?
I do. I got it right
sir.
here.
All I need you to do is just go ahead and put your hands up on the steering wheel for me. Okay.
Like, you want me to take it
no,
out?
No, sir. I do not want you to take that out.
It's loaded right now. Like,
I believe you. All I need you to do is just keep your hands where I can see them, all right?
They're right here.
Fast movements for me, okay?
I'm sorry. I get a little, like, jumpy when I get pulled over.
Okay. All right. Folks, at this point, I would be calling for backup because he is jumping, and I don't want him out of my vision with the firearm, not knowing what he's doing. Not because he's dangerous, but because he may pull it out and do something, hurt himself or hurt myself. So at this point, I would actually ask him to remove himself. So just settle down. I'm just gonna run his license, give him a citation, and let him be on his way. He's doing everything right. He's got his concealed carry permit, he told me he has his weapon, and he's provided me with no issues whatsoever. So just relax, we'll all go home today. Driver's license insurance.
Let's see, I think that's what you...
Ma'am, put your hands where I can see them, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, I speak, you listen. This is how this works, okay? The reason I'm stopping you is because you have a broken tail light.
What?
Yeah, broken. You carrying a gun right now?
I am actually. I'm licensed in...
You're licensed in the state of Illinois. You're an attorney too, huh?
No.
No? No? Well, I stopped you because you don't know how to drive. And you're driving around here. Have you been drinking today?
Not one bit.
Not one bit? Oh, so I guess I've been drinking because I smell alcohol.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say what?
Hey,
listen, this is how it works, bud. I talk, you listen, okay? I'm the police. You, not police. I do this every day. This is my bread and butter. I put food on my table where all my kids doing the... Hey, put your hands where I can see them.
They're right here.
All right. Where's your gun?
It's in a holster in the front of my body here.
In the front of your... Oh, we're going with the legal speak now, huh? All right, all I need you to do, keep your hands poked straight up at the sky and step out of the vehicle.
My seatbelt's on.
I need you to take that seatbelt off.
Okay. I'm doing that, sir. I'm taking the seatbelt off. I'm going to...
All right. All right, I need you to step out the vehicle.
Honey, call the attorney, please.
Keep your hands high, all the way up, all the way up. Okay. I'm going to be taking your gun from you now.
Okay, it is loaded.
Right.
Howdy.
Afternoon, sir. You have a driver's license insurance?
I do. I got it right here.
And Paul's? You notice that he had it up in his visor so that it was ready there. I could see his hands the entire time, and then he provided it to me. Like, no, his hands were always within my view when he reached up and grabbed it.
Because we want to make everybody comfortable in these situations, because Dave has a family too.
Right.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, sir. The reason I stopped you is because I saw you cross the center line back there.
Oh, really? I didn't think I did.
It's all right. This is a country road. They're barely marked.
That's true.
You know? I also noticed that when I ran your plate that you have a concealed carry permit. Are you
that's true.
Currently carrying?
I am. It's in an inside the waistband holster in the 4 o'clock position over my kind of right butt cheek.
Okay. All right. What I need you to do, just go ahead and keep your hands right there where I can see them.
Got it.
All right. I'm gonna run your information, issue a citation if it's appropriate, and I'll be right back with you. Okay?
Sure hope you don't, but do what you got to do. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so what we saw there was he told me he had his weapon when I asked him. If I had given him the opportunity to speak, he may have even told me. So I was going to let him get that, but I want to get that question answered immediately on my side. He kept his hands where I could see him at all times. He was calm, he was, collected. Yes, I have it. Yes, it's here. He knew exactly where it was. He didn't stumble through his words or give me any reason to be suspicious or to be uncomfortable or to think that maybe I should get him to step out of the vehicle. If he was jumpy, if he was, fidgety, he was kind of evasive on his answers, that individual, I'm gonna have him come to the back of the vehicle. I'm gonna have another car come over and kind of keep an eye on him while I do the rest of my paperwork. Whether I issue him a citation or not, that remains to be seen. But what's important is that at the end of the day, he goes home, I go home, and we both have a positive experience and a positive interchange with each other.
So the one thing I'll add to that from the citizen's perspective is when you exhibit behavior that somebody like Dave has been trained to perceive as criminal type actions, furtive movements is a good term, right? Reaching for things when you have no reason to, you make somebody like him jumpy, make him edgy, make him wonder what's going on. So from the perspective of you, the concealed carry citizen, think about how you would react on the side of the road with a total stranger, with somebody that may or may not have a gun, somebody you've never met, somebody that you have no idea if they've had the best day of their life or the worst day of their life. You have to put yourself in that position in order to get a good outcome. If you think about it from that perspective, you probably will never have this issue of being shot by a cop on the side of the road or getting drugged out of the car. Be cool. Howdy.
Hi, sir. I need you to keep your hands where I can see them. I need you to just stop.
Okay.
Okay. I see you have an AR-15 right there, or a rifle of some sort.
It's an AR pistol.
Is it a pistol? Okay.
It is.
All right. What I need you to do is I need you to step out of the vehicle for me, okay?
Okay.
I'm just a little bit nervous with that rifle being there.
Just gonna let you know, I've got to reach for my seatbelt.
Okay.
I have a pistol in my appendix position. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be really careful.
Why don't you go ahead and reach over with your left hand?
Oh, okay.
Can I have
Got
that?
it. That's all.
There you go. Step out of the vehicle for
in
me.
the state of Illinois, that's legal.
You know what, sir? It might be legal.
Concealed carry.
Okay. If you can have you step to the back of the vehicle for me. Stop right there.
All right.
Keep your hands up where I can see. Do it. Interlace your fingers and place them on your chest for me, okay?
Okay.
All right.
It's comfortable.
Ma'am, if I could have you step out of the vehicle and come around here.
Sorry, babe. I don't know what's going on. This guy's got a heart on or something. Officer Doucher.
Right.
Officer Douchetti.
Man, if I could have you stand next to this two-tone color hair. At this point, I would already have the cavalry rolling in. Having seen the gun, I would have called the 10 code over the air, and they would have been dispatch would have been alerting all of the other vehicles to let them know, come to my scene.
The interesting thing about this is just because a law, federal, state, municipal, allows you to do something does not mean it's a good idea to do said thing. Let's come back over here, Drew. So, law of the land here in Illinois with the concealed carry allows me to have a AR pistol. Doesn't mean that I should be driving around with this thing in a conspicuous location looking for trouble, especially interacting with a police officer because Dave wants to go home at me. So, use good judgment. Like I said earlier, righteous people don't do unrighteous things and don't do stupid things. You also don't want to create a situation where you're putting people in an uneasy situation. So, underneath the back seat might have been a better idea. Okay, so today we were talking with you guys about interaction with law enforcement while armed. And you could easily stretch this to any time that you're interacting with law enforcement. And you're going to see a theme here, and it's called being a good person. That's the way I like to look at it and how we refer to it in our class. So we have our friend Dave Sharp out.
Hi.
Dave has been in law enforcement for 14, 15 years, something
Yes.
like that. And he agreed to come out and just run through some scenarios with us, some of which you have seen or will see. Some of them might be a little bit of a stretch, but they're all based on some factual stuff that we know about human beings and human nature. In your decade and a half of experience dealing with the public as a cop, or if you could pass on to Joe Citizen how to make everybody's life easier.
The number one thing is just to cooperate. A lot of these shootings that we've seen, what we find out at the end of the day is that everybody thought something else was going on. For police officers who are watching this, just be crystal clear. Sir, what I need you to do is just interlock your fingers, place your hands on your chest. It's very simple. I'm not making a spectacle of the man, making him do the funky chicken. And then if he says that he does have his weapon on him, his ID is in his back pocket, okay, sir, what I'm gonna do is I need you to just turn away from me just a little bit. There you go, stop right there. Now his hands will never leave my vision. I see his hands. He told me before we started shooting that he has his firearm right there. His wallet's right here.
When he says shooting, he's talking about filming.
Filming, I'm sorry. Yeah, so at this point now he can just, sir, go ahead and reach down and grab your wallet for me. Do it very slowly for me. Thank you, sir.
Right here, I'm gonna get it for you. I got a little Velcro, don't get jumpy.
All right, as you see, we can stop. And so, as you see, it's just very clear, very simple. You know, I'm being respectful to him, he's being respectful to me, and we both get to go home at the end of the day. And that's what we all want.
So an interesting point about all this, we get asked this constantly in our courses as dealing with law enforcement. My first response to folks is, how many times have you been dragged out of a car? How many times have you been handcuffed? How many times have you been put against the hood? And everybody's like, never, 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 never. I'm like usually the only guy that's ever been handcuffed by a cop. And it's almost like we're wasting a bunch of energy on something that never should or have to happen. Because if you're a law-abiding, decent human being, you're not going to be getting drug out of cars, right?
Hey, absolutely. Yeah, I can count on, you know, I've never had to pull a concealed carry holder out of their car, you know, against their will or anything like that. I've never had any. It's just my personal experiences. The people who go through the trouble to get the license are usually the least of my worries. It's just they're nervous, you know, and it's understandable, you know. Nobody likes getting a ticket. Nobody likes talking to strangers on the side of the road, you know.
Which that nervous thing, I think, brings up a great point. All the training that we do, training to fight, training to like deal with the stress of the fight, I think we oftentimes forget about dealing with the stress of simple communication. Like it could be something as and this stuff goes like way across the board, having to talk to your boss. I get excited, or speak to a group of people at work, or deal with I don't want to say altercation, but like a heated topic with a coworker where you feel your blood get boiling. Well, this is the same thing. To grow as a human being, learn to deal with it. And if getting pulled over causes you to get juiced up, maybe that's time to start doing some yoga. Start learning about you as a human being. Carries over to relationships, you know. But for real, it's all the same thing. Like if you are the kind of person that gets so juiced up that you can't speak coherently to a policeman, you shouldn't be carrying a gun anyway.
Right. But that's also another part of your training too, is, you know, practice that. If I get stopped by a police officer, what am I going to do? You know, okay, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna turn on all my lights, I'm gonna keep my hands on my wheel, roll my window down so you can see, you know, I have the AR laying in the back seat, you know, what have you. You know, I'm gonna have my documents ready to go, because you know what they're gonna ask.
He's making a joke there about the AR portion of this video.
Exactly. So, pretty much everybody knows somebody who knows a police officer. You know, talk to them. You know, get them to go through, hey, what are you guys expecting when you walk up to a vehicle? What are you looking for? What kind of documentation do you need? Practice it, game it in your head. It's no different than when I practice, I'm going to the store with my kids. What if I see a guy loading an AR outside the window, outside of the door if they're walking in? What am I gonna do? It's the same thing, only I'm more likely to get stopped by the police carrying my gun than seeing a guy outside loading an AR to go into a store. So, you know, this is just all part of our training. Most of the time, we're just trying to do our job and move on. You know, we want to get the bad guys. 98% of the time, I'm in contact with Joe Blow Citizen. That's not who I'm looking for. Until he starts saying, you know, you're not going to have my ID, and then next thing you know, now I'm going to change his life. So,
which brings up a good point. Every state has different laws on reacting or interacting rather with law enforcement. Our state has no duty to inform, which means if he pulls me over, I don't have to tell him until he asks me if I'm armed. There are many states, and this is incumbent upon you to know, if you're pulled over in many states, it is your job as soon as the officer walks up and makes contact with you to tell them, sir, ma'am, I just need to let you know I'm a concealed carry holder and I have a gun here, there, wherever. That's on you. So, as Dave just said, practice it. Think about it. Better yet, don't get pulled over. Don't be a douchebag, and maybe you won't have that interaction to begin with. That's always the funny thing. Like, what got you to that point? Many people are like, oh, they just pull me over because of it. I don't know. As soon as I quit driving a rusty jalopy with like stickers all over it and throwing cigs out the window, speeding, I all of a sudden didn't get pulled over anymore.
Things got different. It was weird how that works, right? As soon as I stopped swerving around buses with their lights on,
I stopped
cops stopped bothering me. That's weird.
It is. It's there's a little cause and effect there that once you get to the point and you realize that things change. If you could like all encompass a thought on this, what would it be to you?
just from my personal perspective, I would say remember one thing that I am an individual, I am a person, even though I have a professional persona. Just being aggressive and confrontational just because it's your right is not going to make things go any better for you than if you were just nice. I mean, it costs nothing to not being an asshole, excuse my French, but I think that's the expression. It costs nothing. I realize we're just guys doing a job, or girls, we want to go home. We want to take care of our community, we want to take care of our families. And, most of us are excited about concealed carry here in Illinois because it's less crime. So
I think what many citizens forget, they have rights, but you have rights too. Golden rule. I think that's what it is.
Right.
Be a good person, don't be a douchebag, and even if they are, still be a good person and go talk to a judge about it, and everybody goes home safe and sound without holes in them.
Yeah, I mean, if they are being a douchebag, as he's saying, there's ways to deal with that. And that's, you know what I mean?
How do you do it? Call a sergeant?
Call the sergeant.
So you're a good dude, you're a good cop, you're calm and level-headed, but I have in my life experienced several encounters with police officers that maybe their wife left them that morning, maybe they found out their house burned to the ground, they were just straight up assholes. How should I, especially in this armed situation, but in any situation, deal with a police officer when they're just straight up being an asshole for no reason? And I don't even mean like being an asshole to me, just being a little rude, but like where it's like, man, this is borderline, like not cool. How do you deal with that?
Well, it's just like anytime you try to de-escalate any situation, you're going to try to be, trying to take the emotion out of it. So the first thing I want to do is I would start just smiling at the guy, and just be cooperative, do what he asks you to do, as long as he doesn't ask you to do anything that's dangerous or illegal, and then be cooperative, try to get the interaction over as quickly as possible. If there's another officer there, ask that officer, can we get a supervisor? Can I see a supervisor? I'd like to talk to a supervisor. If it's just one-on-one, I feel like it's better if you let that interaction end and then contact a supervisor. Because sometimes by asking for a supervisor, that person knows you're about to get them in trouble, things escalate even higher. You know what I mean?
I see.
So after that, you can call 911 or you can call the police department phone number, ask to speak to a supervisor, explain what happened to the exchange.
Here's what I think you're saying, what I'm hearing. Again, same thing we already know. Cops are human beings.
Right.
They have families, feelings, good days, bad days. Treat them just like any other human being,
right,
and you'll probably get a good response.
Yep, very good.
And yes, there's anomalies. Yes, there's accidents or tragedies that happen, but we can't take, I think there's 285,000 police officers, something like that.
Something
I looked
like
up.
that, yeah.
We have a few accidents or tragedies like this a year where somebody's shot that shouldn't be, and then we try to vilify a whole group of people that many of them are hardworking women and men. So let's be thoughtful, mindful, and don't get pulled over to begin with, and then you'll go home and not have a big problem.
Right.
Not have any holes in you.
Hopefully, Extra ones.
Hey, I appreciate you taking the time, Dave. It was a good time. We learned some stuff. Hope this spurred you to think, like Dave said, go talk to a local police officer. I guarantee if you walk into your local police department and just said, hey, I'd like to talk with a sergeant or somebody on duty about this, anybody there should be happy to talk with you about it. Would you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we actually encourage people so that we don't have those negative interactions with folks.
I like it.
So,
knowledge is not power until applied. Get after it. Figure out what you're going to do with this information. Apply it in a positive way. This is Mickey with CarryTrainer.com. Dave Sharp, thank you so very much for being out.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
You too now.
See you guys on the range. SBG, which stands for super big. I couldn't come up with anything that sounded like penis.
Right.
Guns.
Gun. Sir, you just crossed the center line of
the
Ruin my shot!
So what? You get a badge from some little freaking town, and now you're a hard ass?
No, sir. I'm just.
Is this like in high school? Did you get picked on a lot or something?
Driver's license. And
Dude, I would love to see you on the street without a badge. I would love it. Like on a Saturday night, you're out with your wife, and I'm like, I remember you.
Sir,
and then we'll see how tough you are.
Casual contact into an arrest.
Now, this is a arrest?
Yes, sir. Driver's license, insurance, please.
There's my drive. No, you know what? Fine, take it.
Thank you, sir. Driver's license, insurance.
Hi.
Hi. Reason I'm stopping today is you crossed the center line.
Okay, I didn't think I did.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm not finished speaking.
Sorry.
All right. You gave me your insurance, your registration. I need your insurance.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got that right here.
Next time, provide the information. You know that you're required to provide me with this information, right?
I thought I did. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. When I ran your information, you came back with a concealed carry permit.
Taking that?
I'm gonna hold on to it for right now.
Okay.
Do you have your weapon with you? Do you have your permit with you? Or your Ford card with you?
I do. Which would you like?
All of it.
Okay. Actually, I don't have my FOID because in the state of Illinois, you don't need it anymore.
Oh, you're a lawyer? Are you an attorney? Are you an attorney? You work in this county? You're an attorney, huh? You hang out with Judge Bergenheimer?
No.
No?
That's what I was told by the state.
Hey, your buddy, right? Your buddy told you that?
No.
Okay, do you have your firearm with you?
I do.
Okay, where's your firearm at?
I've got it right here. It's in an appendix position and inside.
I'm gonna be back up.
Whoa.
What's up?
You're pulling me over for crossing the center line,
you
and
don't
now
need to
you're
be talking back to me. Go ahead and step out of the vehicle.
For real?
Swear